pays attention to what she's doing because she is unbelievable.
11 years old, first final.
Rayssa Leal.
One of the youngest competitors ever to reach the podium at a Street League Skateboarding Championship is Rayssa Leal from Brazil. On September 22, 2019, at just 11 years old, she made history in Los Angeles, securing a spot on the podium in one of the sport's pro level events. Rayssa's skateboarding journey began at the age of 6, when a friend of her father brought over a skateboard. Curious but fearless, she asked to try it, and from the moment, she was hooked. Even when her parents warned her to be careful, she showed no fear of falling, recognizing her enthusiasm and unique determination, so her parents bought her a skateboard in 2014. Unlike most children her age, Rayssa wasn't interested in traditional girl toys. Her focus was purely on skating.
Foi a gente que deu, porque ela nunca gostou de brincar de brinquedo de meninas. E aí a gente não tinha mais o que dar e deu o skate pra ela. E ela ficou brincando em casa. E aí a gente começou a andar com ela na pista e ela foi evoluindo a cada vez mais, cada dia mais. E aí a gente começou a entender que ela tinha aquele certa aptidão para o skate. O sucesso da Rayssa, né, veio meteoricamente, então assim, na nossa vida mudou muito, né, por conta disso. A gente
been really an emotion because it was her dream to be in the barracks.
Que quando eu entrei, daí eu via o símbolo da barracks. Daí eu fiquei pensando, será que se é? Daí quando eu entrei, eu fiquei muito emocionado de estar realizando meu sonho de estar aqui. Mas eu não tinha ideia que nós íamos andar de skate. Nossa, muito legal. Muito legal. Espero vir muitas vezes aqui.
With her new board, she practiced at home and later began skating at her local skate park in her hometown in Brazil. Despite the park's rough conditions, cracked concrete, and uneven surfaces, after months in the park, she made fast progress. She claims all the bag of tricks she has now, she learned all this at the skate park.
Skate park in Beatriz, my city, and it's pretty fun. I was here when I was 6. I was so little. Every trick, everything I learned here.
And at the moment, her parents, who all at the time worked modest jobs, her mother as a cashier and her father as a glass cleaner. Her breakthrough moment came in 2015, at just 7 years old, when she went viral online. A video of her performing a heel flip down a set of stairs while wearing a tutu, filmed by her mother on September 7, 2015, was shared with Tony Hawk, the legendary American skateboarder. The very next day, Tony Hawk reposted the video on Twitter saying, "I don't know anything about it, but it's an amazing fairy tale style heel flip in Brazil." The post exploded, launching Rayssa into the spotlight and giving her a massive boost of motivation. Over the next 4 years, Rayssa continued to train and compete and prove she wasn't just internet famous. She was a real competitor. In July 2019, Rayssa Leal made history at just 11 years old, becoming the youngest person to ever step foot on the podium at the Street League skateboarding event. This remarkable achievement happened during the SLS stops in London, where she finished in 3rd place, competing against some of the best female skateboarders in the world. In the same year, in 2019, Rayssa made history once again, at just 11 years old, winning 1st place at the SLS Tour stop in Los Angeles. She scored a 23.3 points, claiming the 1st place in the women's final, and becoming the youngest ever in both genders to win 1st place in the SLS stop.
This is as big as it gets in skateboarding, and to do this at 11.
What an incredible showing from all the women here today.
While other pros were in attendance, Rayssa managed to take home 1st place and make history. And the previous record holder was Nyjah Huston, who won his first ever SLS event at the age of 15 years old. He had actually turned pro earlier, competing in X Games at just 11 years old.
The first time I met her definitely reminded me of myself a little bit, seeing her out there that young, and I think it's...
In the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo, Rayssa Leal made history once again for her hometown country. At just 13 years old, she became the youngest Brazilian athlete to ever compete in the Olympics. Competing in the women's skateboarding event, she delivered an incredible performance, earning her the silver medal at the Olympics. 2022 SLS Super Crown World Championship, Rio de Janeiro. Leal claimed her first SLS Super Crown World Championship title in Rio de Janeiro. At just 14 years old, she became the first female skateboarder to win the Super Crown. Leal's performance in the final was amazing. She began with the flawless line that earned her the highest score of the day, 6.7 points. Her trick selection included a gap-out backsmith grind on the kink rail, which scored 7.4 points and secured her victory with a total of 21.1 points. This victory completed a perfect season for Leal, as she won all 4 events in the 2022 SLS World Tour, where she remained unbeaten throughout the whole 2022 SLS World Tour. Fast forward to 2024, at just 16 years old, Leal became the first female skateboarder to win the SLS Super Crown 3 times consecutively, surpassing her previous record holder held by her competitor Pamela Rosa, who had 2 titles in 2019 and 2021. Her final score of 35.4 points edged off the competitors. As of 2025, she won over 4 SLS from 2022 to 2025. Leal made history by securing her 3rd consecutive Super Crown, the first female skateboarder to achieve this. And this year, in 2025, in Miami, at 17 years old, she won her 13th SLS event, further solidifying her dominance in women's skateboarding.
You are officially tied with Nyjah Huston as the most back-to-back Super Crown wins. What does this one mean to you in front of the loudest crowd I've ever heard?
I know, because Nyjah is a legend, you know, not only for me, for the skateboard, for the SLS, X Games, all the contests, and for the street too, skate street. So I'm very happy to be like almost there, and yeah.
Well, you are certainly there. Congratulations, Rayssa. What an amazing win.